Right. Now we have to learn a little bit of income tax. What is income tax? Now here, tax, we have been listening tax, this word tax for a long time. Income tax is something what you call as like, amount that you should pay for the government, because from the government we take a certain set of amount of services, no? Even for us to walk on the side of the road, the pavement, the government should fix it. Yes. And if you are going to a government school, the school has to pay teachers and the bills in the school and all those stuff is from those things are basically some portion of those are taken from the tax, about the tax that the governments collect from government collects from the people. So what is tax? Am I a taxpayer? Of course, yes, I am a taxpayer. So if the amount of tax, if the amount of income that you have, that is like the amount that you earn per month is more than a certain amount, then of course you'll have to pay tax. So from the institutes that I teach, when the audits and all those inland revenue guys comes and they do the math, they say that right, Viraj sir, you have to pay tax, and for a couple of years I am paying tax. Okay, it is a normal thing, right? So your parents might also be paying tax. Now the tax is very simple. Let's look at this on page 142. So let's say that income either paid annually or annual income. Now for your understanding, we say that annual income. Annual income. What is the annual income? Annual income is the amount you earn per given year. The amount you earn per given year. Now let's say that the amount that I earn is 495,000. Now this amount, for this amount, right? I earn 495,000. Now for 495,000, this is pute tax free. Because if you look at the table, that is given in page 142, initial 500,000 is not tax free. So I work hard, somehow I trouble myself and go up, and now I earn rupees 650,000. එතකොට ඔයාලට බය හිතෙනවා. අම්මට උඩ හාලක බලතර ගැහුවම ටැක්සි ගන්නෝ. It's not that. See, first 500,000 is tax free. So for this amount, no tax has to be paid. But look at this. I have earned 150,000 more than the amount that is waived off. Yeah. So for this 150,000, what am I to pay? Yeah, I will have to pay 4% tax. Therefore, in the first instance, I'm a simple person. I didn't have much money, so I earned 495,000 per year. That is the tax-free amount. I'm not going to pay any tax for this amount. Later on, what happens is that I work myself off and I work my ass off and I get the income to be 650,000. 650,000, if you consider, this first 500,000 is what? Tax free. For the other 150,000, you are taxed. You are not taxed for the whole 650,000. Therefore, what is the amount of tax paid? Amount of tax paid is what? 4% of 150,000 rupees 400 into 1500 into 4. That is basically you have to pay 6,000 rupees as your tax. Now this is quite interesting and pretty easy. Yes or no? So when a table is given to you, you should understand that from the table 500,000 is the tax-free amount and the other surplus value that is more than 500,000, that is the particular value to which you should be paying the tax. Take this down, children. Please, all of you, take it down. If you have difficulties, you should ask, okay? Right, children, shall we move on? Shall I raise the board? Yes or no? Okay, right. Science says okay. Right. Now let's say that I earn a little bit more than what is the පට්ටකල්ලි කාරෙක් කියලා. හරි ළමයි. මේ දරා ගන්න බැරි සුපිරි ධනවතෙක් කියලා. හරි? Okay. I earn like 1,650,000 per month, per year. So I break this down. Look, 500,000 plus 500,000 plus 500,000 plus 150,000. Yeah, yeah. This is first 500,000 is what? Tax free. Which means that according to the table, this is tax free. From this, you have to pay 4%. From this, 8%. And from this amount, 12%. Now for the increase, then අපිට the pay tax pay as you earn කියලා එකක් PAY pay tax. The pay tax is a tax where you have to pay from whatever the amount that you earn. Right? So there is also a certain uh, pattern where you are taxed. But this is simple tax that we are talking here, not VAT or just not pay tax. This is simple tax. So you are taxed for 500,000, which is not the first 500,000 is tax free. Next 500,000 you are taxed 4%, the other 500,000 8%, and the other 150,000. Remember that we are breaking this down initially into 500,000 portions. Yeah, 500, 500, 1 million, 1 million 500, and 1,650,000. So what is the amount that should be taxed? 4,400 into 500,000. That is 4 into 5,000, 20,000. Then make a happen to 8% you should know that it is 40,000. But in case if you have forgotten it, right? Or in case you understand it, like you can't get it at once, 8 into 5,000. It is 40,000. Now this is the part that you should be concerned. 12 over 100 into 12 into 1,500. Children, now when it comes to fractions, percentages, you should understand that percentages should be converted to fractions. And then you should multiply and get the answer. So we know that 12 is 1,580, so on and so forth. So what is the total tax paid? 20,000 plus 40,000 plus 18,000. That would be a total of 78,000. දැන් මෙහෙම රජයෙන් ටැක්ස් එකක් ගත්තත් පුතේ පාඩුවක් නැහැ නේ නේද? right. Take this down. Right, children? That's enough time. Let's move on. So now, based on the annual income, this is how we calculate the tax. So as I always say, if you earn 1,650,000, paying a small amount as 78,000 is okay. That is like considerably okay. Now, next we have something what we call VAT. Again, take a VAT. Value added tax. Right? VAT. Now, VAT is usually being paid off to all the goods that are being goods and services that we take. Yeah. Now, from the telecom, I shifted houses recently, and from the telecom, when I wanted to take a new internet connection, the internet connection alone is 15,000 something. For the whole thing, for the connection, for the router, for the fiber connection is 15,000. හැබැයි මුන් ගහන ටැක්ස් එකක් තව රුපියල් 4,000. හරි ඒ ටැක්ස් එකේ සර් මේ VAT එකට මෙහෙමයි අර ටැක්ස් එකට මෙහෙමයි මේක යකෝ බදු කියන්නේ බද්දර බද්දක් ගහලා සීන් එකක් තියෙන්නේ. just imagine දැන් 15,000කට 20,000කට විතර එන්න ගෙවන්න නිකන් නේ 1/3ම ටැක්ස් එකක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා වගේ ඊට 30% අනිත් නිකන් කියන්නේ. එතකොට මේ they are all legit taxes. We have to pay taxes. I mean, like people say that in Sri Lanka tax should not be paid. I mean, like all of you, all think that I we don't earn, so we don't pay tax. It's not quite necessarily true because ඔයාලා ගිහිල්ලා ටොපියක් ගත්තත් හරිද පරප්පු කිලෝ එකක් ගත්තත් 4 ග්‍රෑම් 500 ගත්තත් ටැක්ස් එක ගහන එක ගහනවම තමයි. හරි. So you guys are also taxpayers, unlike us, who we are direct taxpayers, right? That being said, look at the example. One is a certain person's monthly telephone charges are rupees. That 15% is now. What is the value of the bill? Value of the bill. If you look at the sum properly. Value of the bill is 2,500. Percentage VAT is what? 15%. So we can do this calculation obviously two different ways. We can calculate the tax first. Yeah. What is the amount of VAT that needs to be paid? 15% of that is when you multiply 25 by 15, what do you get? 5 times 25, 5 to 5 times 2, 10 into 12, 5 to that is 375 rupees has to be paid as tax. So now the VAT is 15%. Now when you pay that, 375 has to be paid as the VAT. Therefore, what is total to be paid? What is total to be paid? 2,500 plus 375, 2,875. It is like rather than doing this, we can straight away find the total to be paid. What is the total to be paid, children? 115% of 2,500. This is the total number that is to be paid, right? Okay. Take it down, please. A good children, take it down. Children, I'm going to send you a paper, right? And the paper is from lesson number 12 and 13. Okay, children, listen to me carefully. I'm going to send you a paper, and the paper is from lesson number 12 and 13. By next week, you have to do it and have it with you. Children, I'm going to send you a paper, right? And the paper is. You'll have to keep it and have it with you. You'll do it and have it with you by next week. Okay? Okay, children. I'm not joking. It's like I have made the paper combining lesson number 12 and 13 together. Uh, LCM and algebraic fractions. So right now I'll send it. After the class I'll send it. Make sure that you do the paper before the next class. Very important. Don't say that no sir, we didn't have that, we didn't do that. All those unnecessary things I don't want to hear at all. Children, see whether you all have got the paper. It's a very simple paper, very easy paper. I have WhatsApp with you all right now. Yeah? Okay. Have you all gotten it? Tarashi, Manuja, Saini, see whether you all have gotten it, the paper?
Yes, sir.
Nice, good. It's a very simple, very small, easy paper. Don't mess it up, right? This is the first paper that I'm giving you all. පට්ටම ලේසි පේපර් එකක් කියලා මං හිතනවා අවුලක් නැtei කියලා ආවුනොත් ඉතින් කරන්න දෙයක්වත් නැහැ. Shall I raise the board, guys?
Okay.
Next, children. Yeah. So the tax is as such. The production cost of pair of shoes produced by a certain organization is given below. දැන් මේක තමයි මේ ඕනම country එකකට imports exports, right? If we are to import something, then we have to pay some charge. If you want to export something, you have to give some amount. Therefore, import export දෙකම තියෙනවනේ. ඊට අමතරව මොනවා හරි හදලා විකුණන්න ගියාම ඒකෙත් පොඩි tax එකක් තියෙනවා. Now let's look at this, children. As given in the textbook, it is example 2 on page 144. So this is a nice countdown, or it's a nice broken down system. Raw materials 1200, labor, that is the amount of money given for people, rupees 300. We know this under inverse proportions, we learn this. Other expenses, rupees 200. Therefore, the total, what is the total now? 1,700 rupees. Now, the organization hopes to gain a profit of rupees 200 from this product. Expected profit, expected profit is what? 250. I'll make a last center. I'll break it down even further at each one. Okay. And a factor of 15% has to be added here. Therefore, percentage that is what? 15%. Find the selling price. Alright. How do we understand or how do we calculate the selling price? Because pattam lesi gaanakamai hondara balanta kiyende. Mokadda? This is my what you call the cost price. What is it? Cost price. If I expect to have a profit of 250 rupees, therefore, proposed selling price, Yojita Vikulumila. Proposed selling price is what? 1700 plus 250, 1900 may Vacharan Nika, Vacharan Yojana Kura Meganda Vikuran Dodika. Neither cost price is 1700. If I need to have a profit of 250, my Yojana Kura, my price is a year. This is my proposed selling price. Have I been Raju? In the Mego year, take a bet. You are seeing there. There is a VAT of 15%. So when I say that this is my proposed selling price, my then this is my 100% value. To this 100% value, we add another 15%. Why? This 15% is my VAT. There. What is the value? 115% of 1950. Capua. What I will left it? So tell me whether the value, this value should be more than 1950 or less than 1950. It should be definitely more than. So the answer is 2242 Satapanahari. 2242 and Satapanahari. So how do we do the working, children? If you need, we know 195 should be multiplied by 115. 5 times 5, 25, 5, 2, 5 times 9, 45 and 2, 47, 4, 5 times 1, 5 and 9. Yeah. 591, 591, 5. 7, 5, 12. 9 and 9, 18, 18, 9, 1, 19 and 5, 24. 10 and 12. Now what should be done? Now this should be divided by 10. A decimal place is introduced. Therefore, 2242 and 50. So this is how the calculation is done. Okay, right. Take this down, children. Take it down. So with that, we conclude income tax. Next, we will be moving on to interest. Simple interest, because now we'll be learning simple interest. In grade 11, we'll be learning compound interest.